Hi, I'm Chris Lotz.
Hi, I'm Pat Lotz.
With the Pat Lotz Real Estate Group. Thanks for tuning in to episode 11 of Beyond the Keys, a Pat Lotz podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for all new content. Very important. Why is it important?
Because we're having a giveaway the month of May, 2 iPads.
We're gonna have a separate video. If that separate video is not already out, it will be coming up. But it's gonna talk about how to enter, how to participate, what you have to do to be eligible for those 2 iPads. So stay tuned, hit that bell icon, stay posted, you can win. Today we're talking about the top 10 reasons why to live in Livingston County. We could talk about maybe 50 to 100 reasons of why to live in this county. We've limited to 10, and some of our favorite things, and we will go talk further about what we do like specifically. I've heard it time and time again though, Livingston County is one of the most convenient places to live in Michigan. Accessibility to 9623.
Yep. Location, and that's why I think it was just a fast-growing community years ago, and I mean it still is, but think about it. You can live in our community in Livingston County, but you can commute for work,
Metro Detroit, Lansing, from Brighton. And Brighton, just as the example, you're 20 minutes from Ann Arbor. Depending on where you're driving to, you're 20 to 40 minutes in Metro Detroit. You're 40 minutes from Lansing. You're 40 minutes from Flint. So convenient place to live. And again, Brighton specifically, the accessibility, or even Howell, the accessibility to 96 to get east-west, or 23 to go north-south.
Very desirable.
Very, very desirable.
Yep.
Speaking of desirability, we also are very, very highly rated for schools.
Yeah.
I think every single person that comes to our community always talks about award-winning Brighton and Heartland and Howell school districts.
Yeah.
Very, very desirable for what we have to offer for schools.
Yeah, academically and as well as sports.
And you're a product of Brighton schools, so I mean, scholar.
And I'm good.
And that's the toughest part about Livingston County sometimes, is people compare everything in Livingston County as a whole to Brighton. All of those schools per capita, we are at the top percentiles always in rankings for our schools. So you really can't go wrong with where you're going. Obviously there's larger schools and there are others in certain rural communities. Speaking of, and maybe taking a step back, for those of you that are not from our community or are thinking about coming to Livingston County, the largest city and not the center city, but our capital city of Livingston County is Howell.
Right.
There's Brighton, there's Heartland, there's Fowlerville, and there's like Pinckney and Hamburg. Everything else, the other townships surrounding kind of embody those communities. So those are the main city centers: Brighton, Heartland, Howell, Pinckney, Hamburg, and Fowlerville. Everything else those other townships encompass those communities. And all, again, have very highly rated schools, very, very desirable. With that being said, all of those communities have a good diversity of options. We have everything from 100-acre plots, rural, suburban, and city luxury condos, luxury communities, gated communities, very starter homes, platted subs. We've got a lot of diversity in Livingston County. Getting into the top 10 reasons for Livingston County, and this is a big Michigan thing as well, is year-round outdoor activities. What do we have in our community that offer year-round activities from summer, winter, fall, spring?
Well, I mean, the great thing is our lakes out here. We have an abundance of lakes, so enjoying lake living. Also, we have great metro parks, state parks.
We have Mount Brighton.
Mount Brighton is in Livingston County.
And Mount Brighton is now run by Epic, so the same people, Vail Resorts, the same people that own Vail, Beaver Creek, Breckenridge, also own Mount Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the abundance of outdoor adventures are kind of endless, and we do get into a little bit more of the detail of what these outdoor activities are, or the resources are. But like you just said, the metro parks, Kensington, Huron Meadows, they all have golf courses. Hudson Mills, they all have golf courses, trails, gazebos, event centers, and then on top of that, we have Brighton State Rec Area, the Potawatomi Trail at Pinckney State Rec Area, and all of those metro parks and state parks have lakes, have lake options or water options that are public to the community. And that doesn't even go into the chain of lakes that we have. We have a chain of 7 lakes, I believe. The Huron River is going through it on its way to Ann Arbor. And if you're not in the chain of lakes or utilizing the chain of lakes, you have standalone lakes, Ord Lake, Tyrone Lake, a lot of great lakes. And honestly, I think if you know somebody from Livingston County, they either live on the lake or they know somebody that's living on the lake.
Or they're close to the lake.
They're close to the lake.
Yep.
And that's a huge, buyer desirability in our community is lake access or buying in the community where you are on the lake. So next one is breweries. Also another big cultural point for the state of Michigan in a whole, but here in our community, we have a newly found Heartland Brewery, Brewery Becker in the Pink Hotel here in downtown Brighton. Any other breweries?
Well, I don't drink beer, so I am not up in my breweries, but I know a lot of people love them.
Ambrin Ales in Howell. There's one off of Old US 23. I think there's too many to count, and I'm right there with you. I'm not a huge beer drinker, but our community is big on drinking beer. And we have, breweries that people love and adore, and they're constant customers, and they're customers for a lifetime. Ward Creek, which is a new cider brewery here in Pinckney.
And it's really
right on the chain of lakes. So grab your growler of cider and hit the chain of lakes.
Yeah.
Charming downtown areas.
Yeah, we have some great charming downtown areas. Howell is lovely. They've got great shops, florists, restaurants. Brighton, of course, which is in the middle of it, is our famous mill pond. And downtown Pinckney is cute and quaint. Fowlerville is also.
And Howell and Brighton are obviously the foundations of Livingston County, but I wanted to add on what you were just saying. Pinckney is growing, reviving. There's great businesses down there. People are coming to those town centers. Even in the middle of COVID, there was big community focus on, buying local, using local, and supporting those local businesses. And Fowlerville is no different. There's always been kind of great growth there, but there's a revival to 2022, and these communities coming back together and really supporting those small businesses, not even just small businesses, but they want to be in those downtown areas.
Yeah, investing and developing their downtown areas.
Yeah, and we recently did a community video in downtown Howell for the winery. That's something we can talk about. There are a few wineries in our community as well, specifically one in downtown Howell that also makes pizza. We love Diamonds. Two Fogs in downtown Howell, so a lot of great food options. And then downtown Brighton, what are your favorite restaurants in downtown Brighton?
Well, of course, the Brighton Bar and Grill is one of my favorites, my go-to. Chowamichi's is also a great one. We have the rib place, Genopolis.
Yep, Genopolis.
Great tacos down there, bourbons. So you can't go wrong. We have got some great restaurants.
Fun holiday events. I know that we do have the Festival of Lights of Holiday Glow, the Festival of Lights in downtown Howell, and there's a little bit to that. There's a 5K, and there's some good activities leading up to kind of like the festival or the day of, where the whole downtown is lit up. There's Holiday Glow, dress up for the Witches' Night out in, again, I believe in downtown Howell, and then also to the Heartland Memorial Day Parade. There's a lot of great things, whether it's a parade or a festival. All of those downtown communities, Brighton, Howell, Heartland, Pinckney, Hamburg, and Fowlerville, all have something to offer.
They all have great. It's trying to keep up with them in trying to promote them is a full-time job because there are such great community events.
Yeah. And we might post this below, but a great way to keep track of those events and how we keep track of those events is explorebrightonhowellarea.com. There's an events link that you can see. It's structured month to month, week to week, and what they have to offer for holidays, farmers markets, etc., etc. With that being said, fresh food options. I know that there are 4 farmers markets here in our community: Brighton, Howell, Heartland, and then there's a Green Oaks one. And again, goes hand in hand to supporting local and buying local. We like going to farmers markets. You love buying those farmers market stands throughout Brighton.
Yeah,
I don't know who it is, but
no, Bennett's, and I cannot wait for those fresh markets to be open.
You know when it's a good season when they have those fresh markets at what's the gas station or the convenience store at Chilson and Brighton Lake Road?
Well, it was used to be Vic and Bob's, but now it's Jonah's.
Now it's Jonah's, yeah.
Jonah's.
Yep, yeah. But a big staple, Vic and Bob's. There's one there, then there's a few other in the community. But that's when you know it's a good seasonal. Things are alive when they're selling vegetables and produce at those stands. And then speaking of as well, we talked about it already, but a lot of our communities have great staples for food options, and a lot of people are actually coming from out of town to utilize our restaurant options because of the desirability.
Yep.
Summer fun. We talked a little bit about seasonals, loving those 4 seasons, but summer fun, chain of lakes, pools, long summer nights. There's a lot of great options out here, whether you're kayaking down the Huron River or paddling down the Huron River, sitting on the pontoon at the sandbar on Baseline, at a friend's pool.
Kensington Public Beach, Bishop Lake, Brighton Recreation Area, Silver Lake, just right on the border of there's Silver Lake in Green Oak Township, but there's also the Silver Lake in Pinckney.
Yeah. So when you're hot this summer, there's no excuse of why you're not getting on those water with all of these great options, whether they're the Channel Lakes, private options, or public metro and state parks. You should not be. You can always beat the heat with these options.
Yep.
Next one is sweet treats. Dairyville in downtown Fowlerville. We grew up with Captain Frosty's in Pinckney. There's Dairy Queen options. M Street Bakery in downtown Howell.
The cluster fudge in downtown has all sorts, and there's another new one on Grand River, and I can't remember, but there's an ice shaving one down in on the way to Howell from Brighton.
Did you have any of these growing up?
No.
No?
I mean, the Dairy Queen's been there my whole life.
Dairy Queen at the mill pond.
Yeah.
The mill pond.
Yeah, but
it's like an old school Dairy Queen. It's not a grill and chill. So it's an old school drive-through walk-up Dairy Queen that's been there for years. Yeah. But that's a staple to Brighton. I don't think people know Brighton without knowing the Dairy Queen, knowing Brighton without knowing the Pink Hotel.
Yep.
It's just one of those staples for our community that people know what it is.
And especially when you've been around for a long time.
Yeah, and two, I think M Street Bakery Co., if you guys want to look that up, it's in downtown Howell. I think it's like state renowned. And again, I think people are like driving out here just to get their milkshakes.
Oh.
They have milkshakes with crazy things on top, like a whole s'more and a whole
cookie
piece of cake or cookie.
Yeah, but every time I've gone there, there's the line out the door.
So
I don't go there very often. When there's no line, I've been in there.
Yeah, and we have great shopping. I think that we would probably prefer or trend towards the boutique stores in downtown Brighton and Howell, things like that.
Yeah.
But we do have Tanger outlets, and that's a huge spot for retail.
For local shopping. And then we've got the Green Oaks outdoor mall too. So we've got access to that. Then we don't have to drive a half hour to get to a mall.
Yeah, Green Oaks Mall, Tanger Outlet Mall, and then our countless boutique stores in downtown Howell, Pinckney, or Brighton. Endless. Spend too much money probably.
Yep.
We already spoke a little about this as well, but nature. I think that we are very, very blessed in Livingston County or Southeast Michigan, because a lot of Southeast Michigan does not have these amenities. Kensington Metro Park, Huron Meadows, Hudson Mills, Brighton State Rec Area, Bishop Lake, or Pinckney State Rec Area, Silver Lake. The amount of options that we have for trails, golfing, mountain biking, volleyball, water amenities for these parks, endless.
Yeah, and the neat thing too is that nature. We have some really great animal nature centers. Howell Nature Center, Kensington has a petting farm, so that's really really cool in our community too.
Yeah, and whether it's breweries or Mackinac Island, Livingston County specifically, breweries, certain downtown areas, shopping, chain of lakes, metro parks, there's fun for the whole family.
Always.
And whether you've got, toddlers, teenagers, or retirees, there's always something in your community, whether it's the events on explorebrightonandhowellarea.com or Livco. You're not going to be bored 365 days a year. So
yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Great community.
Again, stay tuned. And actually, with that being said, if you're in this community, if you have any questions, if you're not in this community, if you have any questions about our community specifically, leave those comments below. If you are in our community or in our surrounding communities, whether Oakland, Genesee, Washtenaw, comment below what are your favorite things about your communities. And if you are in Livingston County, what are your favorite things about our community? Let's build on this list. So that being said, I'm Chris Lotz.
I'm Pat Lotz.
With the Pat Lotz Real Estate Group. Thanks again for tuning in to episode 11 of Beyond the Keys, a Pat Lotz podcast. Live local, buy local, use local, and as always, there's lots to love in Livingston County.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to use those like, comment, and share buttons below. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Pat Lotz Real Estate for more helpful home buying and selling tips. Want a free comparable market analysis? Scan that QR code on your screen or visit our website at www.patlotz.com and fill out the request form. There's lots to love in Livingston County.